Our news states here XLM surges 41%. Will XRP follow in June? Analyst points to historic correlation. The source of our news here is from the Crypto Basic. Alright, imagine standing at a starting line. Two runners who have trained together for years and always run at the exact same pace. Get ready to sprint. The whistle blows, and suddenly one runner blasts forward, leaving the other one completely frozen in the dust. You'd probably assume the second runner is about to snap out of it and sprint to catch up, right? Well, that is exactly what is happening right now in the crypto market as we head into June 2026. Stellar, or XLM, just completely broke its chains, surging a massive 41% in a week, while its twin brother XRP is sitting there lagging behind. But history tells us these two assets don't stay separated for long. Let's look at what top analysts on X are saying about this massive divergence and what it means for our wallets. Alright, so let's start with the very first question about why did XLM suddenly leave XRP behind. Alright, to understand where we are going, we have to look at what just happened. Stellar, or XLM, posted a jaw-dropping 22% move in a single day, pushing its weekly gains to a staggering 41%. Alright, this explosive move finally dragged XLM back into positive territory for the year. Meanwhile, XRP has been stuck trading in a painful tight range around $1.31. Even with a tiny daily bump, XRP is actually down over the last week and month. It's a very weird sight for crypto veterans who are used to seeing these two move like clockwork together. In my opinion, it is honestly frustrating to watch XLM fly while XRP struggles to hold its ground. But this is a classic crypto shakeout. In my view, the money is rotating into XLM first because of a massive fundamental catalyst that hit the news cycle this week. XRP isn't dead, it's just digesting its previous moves. This lag is actually a gift for patient accumulation because when the laggard finally decides to wake up, the catch-up move tends to be incredibly violent. So, will the historic correlation bring XRP back to life in June? Popular analyst Kevin Cage recently took to X to share its side-by-side charts of both cryptocurrency. Alright, he asked a question that every single trader is thinking right now. Will XRP follow XLM in June? Cage pointed out that normally these two assets are heavily correlated because both networks were designed with a core focus on global payments, cross-border transfers, and cheap transaction speeds. They share the same target audience of big financial institutions. Historically, when one pumps, the other is usually right behind it. Kevin Cage analysis suggests that if market-wide buying momentum stays strong, XRP is likely setting up for a massive delayed breakout. In my opinion, Kevin Cage is a spot on here. You cannot ignore years of historical data just because of a one-week anomaly. To me, XRP and XLM are tethered together by an invisible rubber band. XLM just stretched that band to the absolute limit. Further, XLM runs ahead and more energy builds up for XRP to snap forward. I've seen this movie before, and June is shaping up to the month where the rubber band finally snaps. So, has the traditional crypto script been flipped? Not everyone is completely convinced it will be that simple. Commenting on Kevin Cage's viral post, veteran trader Corey Blake pointed out something very interesting. So let's highlight this part. He remarked that normally XLM actually follows XRP, meaning XRP usually leads the charge and Stellar plays catch up. This time around, we are seeing the exact inverse. XLM took the lead, leaving XRP in the dust. Blake admitted he is highly curious to see how this rare situation plays out over the next few weeks as the market transitions into June. In my opinion, I think Corey Blake raises a fantastic point that highlights just how unique this 2026 market cycle is. The fact that the script has flipped doesn't scare me at all. It actually makes me more bullish. When the smaller asset leads, it proves that there is fresh, aggressive liquidity entering the ecosystem. XRP doesn't need to be the leader every single time to benefit from the overall capital flowing into the payment sector. Right? Now, is one piece of news really worth a 41% pump? The massive difference in price action has definitely caused some debate in the community. Let's highlight this part. Right? Another prominent X-user, Ricardo Jean, pointed out a harsh reality that a lot of retail investors are feeling right now. He remarked that XLM managed to surge 41% on just a single piece of good news. Meanwhile, XRP has had countless massive positive developments over the last few months and can barely seem to keep its head up. The major news Jean was referring to was the official DTCC Stellar announcement this week. Stellar is collaborating with the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation on real-world asset tokenization to build a highly interoperable financial system. In my opinion, I completely understand Ricardo Jean's venting here, and honestly, it's a sentiment a lot of us share. It feels crazy that XRP can stack partnership after partnership and move sideways, while XLM gets one headline and goes to the moon. But here is my take. The DTCC news validates the entire cross-border and tokenization use case. It proves that major institutional infrastructure is being built on this specific type of technology. What is good for Stellar is fundamentally incredible for Ripple and the XRP ledger. The market is just reacting to the newest headline first. Right? Now, can XRP pull off a move to $1.76 this June? Despite the current weak momentum, a lot of market commentators are predicting a massive catch-up rally for XRP as June unfolds. Some analysts are already calling for a rapid 30% to 35% upside move from current levels. If that projection plays out, it would launch the price of XRP directly toward the $1.76. Right? While a move to $1.76 would still leave XRP slightly down since the start of the year, it would represent a massive structural shift that opens the door to retest the psychological $2 barrier. A target of $1.76 for June is not just a random guess. It is a very realistic expectation based on standard market rotation. When a sector hits up, money always flows from the winners into the assets that haven't pumped yet. XLM has given us the green light. If you are sitting on your hands feeling discouraged about XRP right now, just remember that the fundamentals haven't changed. The institutional demand for utility is higher than ever this year of 2026, and $1.76 is just the first major stop once the momentum shifts back to the king of liquidity. So, in overall, the current divergence between Stellar and XLM, Stellar XLM and XRP has given us one of the most interesting setups we've seen all year. While XLM grabbed all the headlines with its spectacular 41% surge fueled by the massive DTCC tokenization announcement, XRP has remained quietly coiled around $1.31. However, as top analysts like Kevin Cage have pointed out, you cannot ignore the deep historic correlation between these two payment giants. Whether XLM leads or XRP leads, the underlying truth remains the same. The global financial system is aggressively moving toward on-chain utility. XRP may be lagging today, but the build-up of momentum below key resistance is creating a textbook catch-up scenario. If history repeats itself this June, the 30% to 35% rally toward $1.76 could easily clear the path for a much larger run toward $2. So, don't let the short-term noise trick you into missing a long-term structural rotation. Alright, this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next one, or you might as well want to check this recommended next video right here.